We are coming up 2 weeks to kick off in the EFL Championship. Kits are being released left and right. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of all of the EFL Championship away kits. We're going to do exactly what we did with the home kits. That is, because I get a bit fed up of waiting around. Well, one comes out every couple of days throughout the month of July. We'll do the ones that are out so far. We have 13, and we will reconvene in that lovely week, the week of hope, before kickoff. So let me know your take on all of these kits that are coming up. And if you're a fan of one of these teams, are you going to be buying it and wearing it? By the way, if you like this fetching shirt I'm wearing, have a look in the description and the pinned comment for where you might be able to pick up this particular beautiful shirt. Anyway, let's take a look at these Championship away kits. And this one actually dropped, much to my annoyance when I was planning this video, yesterday, late in the afternoon, early evening sort of time. Here we go with Birmingham City. And I quite like that. I think it's a throwback to, I think they've had a sash. Do you like a sash? Encore une fois. I say that every time we talk about sash, don't we? You'll get that reference if you are familiar with 90s dance music, which I very much am. I think possibly they've done a red before, haven't they, Birmingham? But I don't mind that at all. I'm wondering about the clash potential, but I'm sure there's some very clever branding people sort of understanding that, well, you know, you've got to get the blue out there. And is it the worst thing in the world if you have to wear your third strip a few times? Because then you can sell all of those as well. So, yeah, I kind of understand. Nike, nice collar, fade on the blue. And I will go as far to say as I prefer that to the home shirt for Birmingham. So, yeah, I think that's a bit of a thumbs up for a starter. And we're going to move on to Blackburn. I'm seeing lots of dates in the publicity there. Yeah, 150-year anniversary. How about that? 150 years old, Blackburn Rovers. Incredible. Is it gold? It's kind of, but then it looks like there's some kind of photo. I'm guessing if it's Blackburn, it will be, I don't know, some kind of mining or mills or something there from 150 years ago. The fine town of Blackburn. I was actually there a couple of weeks ago at the Empire Theatre. Very nice. Right next to the stadium, actually, at Ewood Park. I'm procrastinating because I'm not that bigger a fan. I love the story and everything. Is that gold going to pop? Could they have gone a little bit brighter? I don't know. I like the story more than the shirt there, let's just say. And we will move on to Charlton. Now, I think people will complain that this is a kind of identikit. What do they call it? Where there's like just a sample that gets used on lots of Reebok training wear that you'll see the ladies in the Zumba class wearing in the gym. I quite like it though, actually. I think Charlton have done full white before. Is that Miles Leaburn, by the way? Reading about his new contract in the newspaper, having his fish and chips. I bet none of those players in that picture eat blooming fish and chips, do they? I quite like this. I like a Reebok shirt. I like the little blue kind of tint to it as well. It's a winner for me, but I know people will say in the comments it's just an identikit. But thumbs up from me for Charlton. Here is the wonderful Sophie Pesquet, who we've sponsored from the Blue Monday podcast, wearing the Ipswich Town shirt. And I'll repeat my normal trick here with Ipswich. People who aren't Ipswich fans think I'm overly biased and positive about Ipswich. And people who are Ipswich fans think I'm overly biased and negative to overcorrect and offset the idea that I might be overly positive. You're both wrong. I just tell the truth. I say what I'm thinking. Whether you like that or not is up to you. But there's hopefully no bias. I'm not a great fan of this kit. And I know I didn't much like the home kit either for Ipswich. We've gone away from the Ed Sheeran sponsorship. They've gone for the detail on the arms. I tell you, I like the collar. That's kind of old school Ipswich. In fact, more like a home shirt, old school Ipswich collar. But yeah, I don't know. I think I like an orange Ipswich away shirt rather than a red one. But hey, it's all opinion, isn't it? Put yours down there in the comments. Probably a thumbs down for the Ipswich shirt for me. Sorry, I've done it again, haven't I? Slagged off my own. Sue me. Oh, okay. I like this. Middlesbrough there. And it kind of feels like electricity there. Blue, electric blue. On the Borough away shirt, it's a Castor, isn't it? Yeah, I really like that, actually. I'm a bit of a sucker for these blackout shirts that they've done. They're just a nice kind of contrast to the familiar colours of all of these clubs. But I think that's really good. And they've got the red for Middlesbrough in the pinstripe there, and obviously on the badge as well. I know people will say, oh, big betting sponsor as well. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I like the way it kind of fences off around the shoulders for black shoulders. Yeah, I'm quite a big fan of that there. I might even go for a second thumbs up for Borough there. Let me know if you're a Borough fan. You're going to be buying that garment. Right, I got a bit confused with this Millwall shirt because if you look at the publicity photos, they've tried to light it in kind of, this mint offset, and they've gone for a sort of neon greeny colour, and I couldn't actually tell what colour the shirt was. And when I went on the website, they said cream with mint kind of details there on the line. And you can see, I like that MFC 1885. It's an area number. My guava. I'm very musical this morning. You can judge that. I like it. I do like it, actually. I think it's difficult when you have to do like a dark home shirt and a light away shirt. You just make it white every time, can't you? But I think that's a good kind of halfway house. And, certain other clubs are going to try and do something a little more brave. But Millwall always kind of classic. I'm going to say the same about West Brom probably in 5 minutes' time. But yeah, I think that's a thumb up there for Millwall. Right. I think this one's better. I got a lot of grief in the comments, understandably so, for my blatant attack on poor old Spud Bros there. Spuds on football shirts. This works a lot better because on the Preston home shirt, it was garishly red. And this one leans in and eases in a little bit more. And we've got sort of two shades of purple there. And the yellow on the sleeve kind of helps the Spud Bros. Apparently they're a local business story done good. In fact, their advertising is so good. Is that a pot of paint you can see in the background in the corner there behind the team bus? You can see the Spud Bros reflection there on the team bus as well. But that is much better. I'll stick my thumb kind of diagonally up, and yeah, a bit more of a fan of that than I was of the home shirt. And again, up the Spud Bros for Preston. Get on your potato-based, carb-heavy diets over there. What am I talking about? QPR. Always difficult with the old baby pink. Sometimes people go for neon pink, don't they? Another area. I think they've handled that pretty well, QPR, haven't they? If you're going to go for the pink, offsetting it nicely with the dark blue, look at that flip reverse on the colour. Good job. And I quite like the QPR badge in pink as well. Basically, the pink has won me over. I saw the pink and I'm like, oh, you're going to get away with that? Are middle-aged blokes going to buy a pink shirt? No, they're going to buy the shirt, whatever colour it is, aren't they? But I'm quite a fan of that. I've been very positive. Shaylee always used to say this when we used to do these videos together, that the away shirts are always a bit more fun, aren't they? You've got your traditional colours that you daren't touch, understandably so, with the histories of all these great clubs. But yeah, you can go out on a bit more of a creative limb, let's just say. But yeah, let's give QPR a full thumbs up for that. Right. I am going to say so far, this is Southampton, with the clubs where we've actually seen the home shirt and the away shirt, have Southampton got the best pair? And I mean, to be fair, they've just doubled down and kind of done the same thing, haven't they? Maybe it's because of my thumbnails here on YouTube. I like the lettering. It looks vaguely similar with the big black shadow on it. And I can see Matt Lattis. Is that Eyal Berkovic? What a player he was in the background. God, I remember Ipswich playing Kevin Keegan's Man City. And, oh, God, they had Benabia and Berkovic. Oh, they were good. Absolutely destroyed us. Yeah, great player, Berkovic, I tell you. Do we really need an extra Puma on both shoulders? I'm not sure, but the colours really pop nicely. It's exactly the same colour as the video game controller down there. But yeah, I've got to say, Southampton, well done. I'm a fan of both the Saints kits. If we're giving away a prize for the double, it looks like Southampton are the favourites thus far. Okay, Stoke. What are we doing here, Stoke? We have... Yeah, well, it's bold, isn't it? Purple kind of sound wave look. Dare I say, if the shorts had been either the darker purple or the lighter purple, I think it might have worked better. God, they could have even done... No, they couldn't have done yellow, could they? That would be garish even for me. Is that an old school badge as well for Stoke? I think there was something about going back to a year which I can't remember now. I've looked at a lot of kits researching this. So I feel like I'm piling in on poor old Stoke here because I had a pop at the waggly red stripes with my traditionalist head on. Again, I applaud whoever's signing off and on the design team at Stoke. They get the award for the bravest designs for both of them. They've tried to go out on a limb. I just feel, and maybe this is unfair because I've judged other shirts not on the shorts as well, but looks like one of those comedy kind of onesie type things. It'd be like if I wore leopard print shorts at the same time as this, whereas, you know, I'm just offsetting these in my wonderful ensemble here with a plain pair of shorts today in sunny Bedfordshire. So, yeah, sorry, Stoke. I think it might be a double thumbs down for the home and the away kit. The third kit's going to be gorgeous. I can't wait to see it. Stoke fans, don't hate on me in the comments. I'm just saying what I feel. Watford, Mr. Q. Mr. Q. He's there again. The ugliest of all the sponsors. I don't know why I'm particularly piling on Mr. Q ahead of all the other betting and crypto nonsense sponsors that we could get. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I get it. I have sponsors on my channel. And yeah, some of them may have been affiliated with gambling over the years. That is an improvement on the home shirt for Watford. Kind of chessboard there with 2 shades of green. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. It's just difficult because you can't see, but with all the arguments we had over the colour of Mr. Q on the home shirt, literally the first thing I see is Mr. Q. Yeah. Let's move on. But I like the shirt. That big blue sponsor in the middle of it. Built for away days. Are you built for away days? West Brom under Ryan Mason? You tell me. I always feel like I give West Brom the same criticism. Like, they have to do blue and white stripes on the home. Dark blue and white. And they have to do kind of dark green and yellow. They always keep it classic, don't they, the baggies? And they never particularly go massively neon. Bit of effort with the socks to zhuzh it up a little bit. If you zoom in, there's a bit of a fade through the stripes. They do what they can, Macron, with those. I like the dark blue. You can get the detail on the Macron, on the sponsor, on the badge as well, and that little bit on the collar. So I feel sorry for West Brom in these conversations. It's a bit like them in the league last few seasons. They're always kind of like, oh well, it's okay, but you're not going to be in the promotion conversation here. Who am I kidding? They're in the playoffs 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying though, don't you? So kind of does exactly what it says on the tin every year with West Brom, doesn't it? Sorry. Right, last one is Wrexham. And you just think Brazil as soon as you see that. And the Wrexham fans are going to hope they play like Brazil 1970 or Brazil 2002, man. What a team that was. Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho. Front three. Unbelievable. I quite like that. I'm not entirely sure about the piping there and cutting it off. I suppose that's to read the number. I'd be the first one to complain if I was a Wrexham game that I was blind and I couldn't read the numbers on stripy back shirt. So I get it. Yeah, quite like it. I think if it just striped round a little bit more, I'd like it even better. But you can't go wrong with your Brazilian vibes. Who's a big Brazilian player that I'm totally not up with world football anymore that could be signed? Neymar? Don't know. PSG. Right. Who's the best and who's the worst? Let's have a little click through. So we did a thumb up for Birmingham. It's kind of nonplussed by Blackburn. I quite like the Charlton one. Maybe in the worst one at Ipswich. I'm allowed to do that. Right. I definitely like Middlesbrough. I liked Millwall, Preston, QPR. Southampton I liked. That's going to be a definite thumbs up. So Southampton, Middlesbrough, Ipswich, Stoke. Mr. Q, West Brom. Sorry there, flash through them quickly. Right, I am committing to... Can I really do this with Ipswich? Is this allowed? Ipswich and Stoke, I'm going to go with the worst. I'm so sorry, Stoke fans as well, because I was... Yeah, not a fan of the home kit either. Maybe there'll be a worse one coming out. We haven't had all the home kits released just yet, have we? And who were the two I particularly liked? Middlesbrough and Southampton. But let's say Middlesbrough because we were very full of praise for the Southampton home shirt as well. There we go. Away kits ranked, the 13 so far. And you want to know the good news? We've got another 9 to look at. So we'll wait for everything to come out. And in the last week, we'll look at the remaining 9 and do our final kind of final picks there. If you want to click up there, you'll be able to see the home shirts thus far. There was 12 of those at time of recording. Excuse me. We will have a little look and see if we're closer to a full house as we get ever closer to kickoff in the EFL Championship.